Thanksgiving specials. They're definitely few and far between when compared to Halloween and Christmas specials, but I've always really enjoyed them. Matter of fact, Thanksgiving in general is hella underrated. Like, it literally gets snubbed every year in favor of Christmas. The second Halloween ends, everyone acts like it's all of a sudden Christmas, as if there isn't a whole ass holiday in between.
It's the day after Halloween, Lynn. Don't you think we might have gotten the tree a little early?
But that's a conversation for another day. Anyway, I've always loved Thanksgiving specials. I love the Malcolm in the Middle one, the regular show one is an absolute banger, the New Girl ones are great, Bob's Burgers has like 10 of them and they're all fire.
You're the one!
But when most people think of Thanksgiving, I'm willing to bet one particular special comes to mind, and that would be the annoying orange Thanksgiving special. Let's go! Nah, it's the Peanuts one. Everyone grew up with this special, man, including me. I mean, it's a classic for a reason. Peanuts in general was such a timeless and charming franchise with some of the most iconic cartoon characters ever. And unlike most cartoons from this era, I actually like the Peanuts cartoons. Yeah, that's right, I said it. The majority of the cartoons from the 40s to the 70s are boring and overrated. Fight me! Okay, I guess Tom and Jerry and the Looney Tunes get a pass too, but whatever. Anyway, despite these shorts being pretty simplistic and rough around the edges, especially by today's standards, I still find them to be pretty entertaining. And that's all owed to the fact these are some pretty good characters. But the Thanksgiving special in particular, I always loved growing up. I mean, this special was like a damn brother to me. I watched it every Thanksgiving when I was little, but I recently decided to give it a rewatch for old time's sake. And I gotta say, for a short release in the 1970s, it aged pretty decently. I mean, it follows the expected archetypes of these characters to a T. Charlie Brown is a severely depressed child. Linus has a personality and knowledge of a 50-year-old for some reason. Lucy low-key kinda sucks, and apparently her last name is Van Pelt. So we just make it up names now. Marcy is hella underrated and low-key one of the best characters. Pigpen's whole deal is that he's just dirty as hell. Like, this man hasn't bathed since the Roman times. What's going on? And of course, we have the most iconic character, the GOAT, Snoop Dogg, who is a war criminal. All these great and iconic characters, except for one. Peppermint Goddamn Patty. Seriously though, what's up with these names? Now don't get me wrong, usually she's fine, you know, she's alright. But in the Thanksgiving special, she is an actual op, the worst villain in all of cinema. Her crimes are unmatched. And you might be thinking, but Ark, she's just a child. It's not like she could do anything that bad. But you'd be wrong, hypothetical person I just made up. You'd be wrong. And to explain why, let's take it back to the beginning. Not the very beginning. Not the beginning of the Peanuts franchise, the beginning of the special. So we start out with Lucy pulling an epic prank on Charlie, killing him in the process. Man, R.I.P. Charlie Brown, rest in peace, rest in power, gone too soon. He then gets revived by sheer willpower to have a conversation with his sister Sally about Thanksgiving. And she's all like, man, F Thanksgiving, bro. Then Linus comes up and he's all like, actually, Thanksgiving is pretty based. Then he gives a whole unsolicited history lesson. Fucking nerd. After this, the reckoning happens, when Charlie gets a call from Satan herself. Peppermint Patty. And this absolute fiend, this absolute scum of the earth invites herself over to Thanksgiving while completely disregarding the fact this dude already has plans to go to his grandma's house, bro. Like, dog, who are you? And she doesn't even let this man get a word in. And since Charlie Brown's an absolute doormat, he just complies with the demand, and now he has to make a Thanksgiving dinner despite being 8 years old. And then to make matters worse, Peppermint Patty decides to invite the whole goddamn neighborhood to Charlie's house, as if he's making reservations to a 5-star restaurant. The absolute disrespect. Put some respect on Charlie's name, bro. SMH, man, SMH. So of course, since Charlie is, you know, a child, he can't make any of the usual Thanksgiving items like turkey, mashed potatoes, or anything else, so he has to improvise with the help of Snoop D-O-double-G himself. Then we get the best scene in the entire special, which is basically just a montage of Snoopy and Woodstock getting things set up, with a fire jazz song playing in the background. Seriously, Little Birdie goes crazy. This part is super simple, but it's just so goddamn charming. I love this part. And plus, we get to see Snoopy have a boxing match with a chair. I mean, at least there's a better fight than this one. Anyway, after everything is set up, the uninvited guests finally arrive, and everyone seems pretty content with this heavily improvised feast. And I mean, for a meal made by an 8-year-old, a dog, and a bird, it don't look too bad, man. It don't look too bad. But I guess Peppermint Patty would disagree, cause she throws a goddamn fit over the food, bro. Absolutely clowns on Charlie's culinary skills, man. Like, how are you gonna invite yourself over for dinner and complain about the food? Like, who do you think you are? Who do you think think you are. Anyway, Charles feels pretty bad about letting everyone down and continues to be a wet sandwich. And Marcy is all like, yo, Peppermint Patty, what you did back there was low-key kinda cringe, not gonna lie. You should go apologize. And even after that, Peppermint Patty still does not apologize, and she makes Marcy do it for her. And then she goes up to Charlie and she's all like, so, be cool now, bro? Like, no, we're not cool now. And somehow, all of them end up getting invited to Charlie's grandmother's house, and like, do these kids have parents? What's going on? Anyway, I think what we can all learn from this special is that Snoop Dogg is based, Marcy is an absolute G, and Peppermint Patty is an op. Anyway, that's enough out of me. Goodbye.